Let me say in general that one challenge with human rights is that human rights are a broad statement of principles. And so as we go forward from the days of their proclamation, we have to fill in the content of the details of what those principles mean. And so when you have big issues like drug control or, say, sex work, and you have a range of UN agencies who are dealing with different human rights, you have to figure out how they fit together. So like, I'll give you the example of sex work. Sex work involves a number of human rights. It involves the right to be free of trafficking, the right to be free from slavery, the right to have a choice regarding decent work, agency over your own body, the right to privacy. So does the right to have a choice of decent work include the right to choose sex work as your work and to have agency over what your body, you do with your body? And do states have a right to interfere with that because they find it's a form of exploitation of women? This is not a clearly settled matter in human rights law or principles. Now there's been some what we call soft law that says that states should not interfere in consenting sexual acts between adults, and that would include sex work. And UNAIDS basically supports that position because we know that a punitive approach to consenting acts between adults leads to those acts being done underground, out of sight, and then you cannot deal with the HIV implications. Similarly, with drug control, there is the whole set of international law that is controlling illicit drugs, and there's the whole set of human rights law, which is saying that every individual has rights, even if they break the law, even if they are engaged in some form of illicit drug consumption, they still have the right to health, and they have the right to be free from discrimination and harassment and abuse. So there is a need for the UN system to delineate much more clearly and in a coherent fashion what are the relevant rights and how best to meet those rights, given the different legal frameworks and human rights principles that pertain. And I think that's a responsibility of, to some degree, of UNAIDS in terms of its HIV issues, but it's also a responsibility of some of UNAIDS co-sponsors in their broader mandate. For instance, UNODC. What is the balance between drug control and drug rehabilitation and healthcare support for people who use drugs?
For further information on human rights, HIV/AIDS, and to endorse now more than ever the joint statement, visit www.hivhumanrightsnow.org.